boys and girls. Welcome to this week's edition of Curbside Crafts. Did you know that today it's really raining outside? Look, poor Pete had to use his umbrella to get to the library. Sometimes rainy days can be boring, but this week we're going to make sure that rainy days are fun. We're going to read 2 silly stories and then do some crafts. Our first story this week is, "What?" cried Granny. It's about a little boy named Patrick who goes to sleep at his grandma's house. What do you think's going to happen? We're about to find out.
What? Cried Granny. An almost bedtime story by Kate Lum. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Patrick who was having his first sleepover at his granny's house. As the sun began to set, Granny said, "Patrick, dear boy, it will be dark soon. Time to get ready for bed." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a bed here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran out to her yard where some tall trees were growing and chopped one down. She carried it to her workroom, opened her toolbox, and made Patrick a fine bed. Then she painted it a restful shade of blue, put a comfy red mattress on it, and took it to the bedroom. "There you are, dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into your bed, lay your head on the pillow, and sail off into dreamland." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a pillow here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran out to her hen house, woke up the chickens, and collected a big batch of feathers. She took them to her sewing room where she made a bag out of cloth. Then she stuffed it with the feathers, sewed it up neatly, and gave it to Patrick. "There you are, dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, and I'll kiss you goodnight." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a blanket here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran outside and headed for the hills where a flock of fat sheep were snoozing. She sheared off some of their wool and ran right back home. She took the wool to her basement, spun it into yarn, knitted a fuzzy warm blanket, and dyed it the prettiest shade of twilight purple. When it was dry, she carried it upstairs and spread it on the bed. "Now, dear boy," said Granny, "climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and turn out the light." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a teddy bear here." "What?" cried Granny. She grabbed her emergency sewing kit, tore down the living room curtains, cut, sewed, stuffed, added button eyes and a red ribbon, and made a teddy bear for Patrick. "Now, Patrick," cried Granny, "climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and go to sleep." "But Granny," said Patrick, "it's morning." "What?" cried Granny. Poor Granny.
Well, doesn't look like Patrick or Granny got a lot of sleep that night. I don't know if Patrick's parents are going to be too happy about that. The next book we're going to read is called The Boy Who Cried Ninja. It's about a little boy who has, some really weird things happen to him and how he fixes the problem.
The Boy Who Cried Ninja by Latimer. Once there was a boy named Tim who no one believed. When his mom asked him what happened to the last slice of cake, he told her the truth. "It was a ninja!" cried Tim. "First the ninja crept into the house, then he kicked it into the air and ate it in one bite." When his dad asked him where the hammer was, he told him the truth. "An astronaut landed in the yard and needed to fix his spaceship. He's got your hammer." And when Grandpa asked him if he had done his homework, Tim told him the truth. "A giant squid ate my whole book bag while I was off buying an ice cream." Tim's parents were very upset with him for telling lies, so they told him to go and rake up leaves in the yard and think about what he'd done. But the more he thought about it, the more he thought that maybe he really should lie. Then no one would be mad at him. So the next time a pirate jumped out of the cupboard and drank all the tea straight from the pot, he owned up to it. And the next time a sunburned crocodile landed on the roof, squawk, and accidentally broke the TV antenna, he confessed. And the next time a time-traveling monkey appeared on top of the TV and started throwing pencils at Grandpa while he was sleeping, "Ow!" Tim said it was all his fault. But none of that helped. Tim's parents told him to go and water the vegetable garden and think about all the bad things he'd done. If he told the truth, he was in trouble. And if he lied, he was in trouble. What could he do? Then he had an idea. He found some paper and some stamps, and he wrote 6 letters. "Dear you, there is a party at my house tomorrow. There will be plenty of cake, hammers, my new book bag, buckets of tea, TV antennas, and pencils. Please come. Signed, me." The next day was Saturday. Dad was fixing the house, Grandpa was reading the newspaper, and Mom was vacuuming. Bing bong! Then the doorbell rang. "Who could it be?" asked Grandpa. "I'll get it," said Tim. There at the door stood a line of strange creatures. First, a ninja, then an astronaut, a giant squid, a pirate, a crocodile recently recovered from sunburn, and a time-traveling monkey. Tim's parents could see he'd been trying to tell the truth from the beginning. They said sorry and promised to buy him 100 ice creams. As for the rest of them, Tim's parents were very upset. "Go and rake all the leaves in the yard and think about what you've done," said his dad. When they had cleaned the whole yard, there really was a party. And no one ate all the cake, no one took anything without asking, no one swallowed a book bag, no one drank all the tea, no one broke the antenna, and no one threw pencils. Ta-da! It was the best party Tim had ever had. The end.
Next, let's go over some of the crafts that you got in this week's Curbside Craft bag. They're really a lot of fun. Let's go look at them.
Your first craft is a color-it-yourself rubber ducky. The next project is a rain stick which you can use to make noise like a musical instrument. The last project is a gnome sticker dot painting where you color coordinate the sticker dots on the painting. For your rubber duck, you'll want to use markers that you have at home. Make sure you check with your grown-up first, then you can color your duck any way that you'd like. Next is your rain stick. You'll notice you have 3 wooden dowels, plastic beads, the tube, and some stickers. With your grown-ups' help, first put the wooden dowels into the holes in the tube. It's a little hard, they will have to help you. Once that's done, put one of the caps at the bottom of your tube. Next, carefully open up the container with the beads and pour the beads into the tube. You can even add rice or quinoa to make your tube a little bit noisier. Next, carefully put the second cap on the top of the tube. Then take one of the long stickers and stick it over the cap so it doesn't come off. It should look something like this. Mine's not perfect, but that's okay. Do the same with the other cap at the other end of the tube. Finish putting your stickers on and ta-da! You have a rain stick. Our final project is this gnome sticker painting. You'll see you have orange stickers, blue stickers, white stickers, and red stickers. You will take those stickers and put them on the dots, color coordinating them. Here I put the white stickers on. When you're finished, it'll look something like this. I hope you had fun with your projects, boys and girls. See you next time.